Right then, Manchester United versus Fulham preview time. This video we'll be talking about predictions for the game, pre-match team, players to watch, debut for some players, and much more. So stay tuned for all the latest Manchester United news. Leave a like, comment and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get straight into it. So, Manchester United versus Fulham. It's a big game. We've got some huge debuts. I mean, it could be a LIGT debut, could be a Mazraoui debut, could be a Xerxes debut. There could be three big debuts on the card for Manchester United, and which is a huge opening game for Manchester United. It's one of the big opening games. It's a huge chance for Erik ten Hag's team to kind of make a stance. Yeah, it's a huge chance for Erik ten Hag to get his team out there and to really show what Manchester United are about after all the criticism that he's received. All the negativity. Now is their opportunity to do that. And listen, as I said, some debut for some big players, another opportunity for some players, and a real glimpse of what we're expected to see of Manchester United will massively help us going into this game against Fulham. Now, where do we start? Let's start off with the team news now. Some obvious players will be missing. Luke Shaw, Lenny Euro, they will be missing from this game. Two big defensive misses. Obviously, we've sold Wan-Bissaka. Huge disappointment. In midfield, everyone's really available, to be honest. Mainu, Bruno, Casemiro, McTominay. Attacking wise, obviously Højlund's out injured, but yet again, everyone is back. So there's no real excuses for this game. We must go into it giving everything. And yeah, it's an opportunity. I mean, Fulham, they're a team who have made some big signings themselves, and they have got some big threats. I think Manchester United, it'll be a real eye-opener to kind of see what we're going to get. I think Fulham, they're a fast, dynamic side. Their manager is really good, and they do have some very good players to look out for, particularly as well than Manchester United. On the other hand, we have our own players to look out for, whether that's attacking wise, defensive wise. We've got a lot of big threats ourselves, and that's something that we must look to utilise. And listen, it wouldn't really shape our whole season. I'm hoping we can win the game, but it'd be a first real big eye opener. We've seen last season, our first game against Wolves, we won 1-0, which we shouldn't deserve to win. I think it's all about getting that balance. We're not going to be playing the football that Ten Hag wants to say in the first game, but we certainly can get a glimpse, as I said, of what we want. Listen, you want to start the game on the right foot, excited for some debuts, and that's ultimately what you want to see. Now let's get into the kind of key players to look out for both teams, as we always do. Now for Fulham, I've got two big players. Number one is their left back, Anthony Robertson. I think he's a real good asset to them. He gets up and down the pitch, is very quick, and put a good cross in. As someone who I would actually like at Manchester United, I think he's a very good player. I think you look at what Robertson does, he goes up and down, puts crosses in, good defensively, and he is a key player for them. Yes, he's a defender, but still he does have a really big impact. And the second one who I've identified is the debutant in Emile Smith-Rowe. I think you look at what Emile Smith-Rowe has done at Arsenal, I think it would be a big season for him to kind of show what he's about. Listen, he had a tough time at Arsenal. He'll be a big player for Fulham, and I think someone who we identified who will have a big impact. The midfield for Manchester United has been a bit lacklustre. Lots of gaps, lots of spaces, and Emile Smith-Rowe is a player who can utilise and capitalise on that space. So listen, Emile Smith-Rowe is certainly a player to look out for. I'd be very careful of him. Now the two players for Manchester United, two forwards, and they're both Ahmad and Garnacho. Listen, there's a lot of players to look out for in this game. I mean, I want to see how Casemiro plays. I want to see defensively how we set up. Actually, no, the two players I've identified are LIGT and Ahmad. I think Garnacho, we know what he can offer. He might not even start the game. We talk about that in the predicted team. But LIGT certainly a player to look out for. Whether he starts or not, he will definitely have a big impact on this Manchester United team, and I'm hoping he will get some minutes. He might not be able to complete the full 90, and that's the issue we do have, but I'm hoping he can get some minutes. As well as Amad Diallo, a fantastic young player. is now the opportunity to show what he's about and make his mark on Manchester United. And I'm hoping he can do that against Fulham. I think he's a very, very good dynamic player and someone who has earned his spot on that right-hand side. So let's get to the predicted team now. In goal will be Andre Onana. It's a big, big season for Andre. A time for him to prove himself, what he's about, and kind of show his class. And listen, there's a big season ahead for him. People are still criticising him for mistakes last season, which is really so, but now's a new start, fresh start. See what Andre can offer this season in goal. I think he's going to be needed. Right back, listen, I think Mazraoui will have to start, and that's the issue that we have with Luke Shaw being out injured. He has massively cost us. Would that mean Lisandro Martinez at left back? I don't know. I don't think Mazraoui is fit to start the full 90 minutes. So I think he'll start Mazraoui. I think it'd be Mazraoui at the back. Mazraoui right back. De Ligt. I think De Ligt can play 90 minutes. I think he's a bit ahead on the fitness. And then I think it'd be Lisandro Martinez, and I think Delot will play at left back, or Delot and Mazraoui would swap. I think Delot and Mazraoui will be the fullbacks, and Lisandro Martinez will be the left centre back. That is a huge positive. Into midfield, I think it's the obvious midfield three: Mainu, Casemiro, and Bruno. Now, I want to see that balance in that midfield three. I don't want to see a huge gap. I want to see cohesion, connectivity and compatibility in that midfield. And we know Casemiro probably shouldn't be starting, but we don't have any other one else who can do that role. Toby Collier can't do it, he's too young. And Casemiro at that number 6 will be absolutely vital, as well as Mainu. Again, we know what he can do. And Bruno, our captain. The front three now. Listen, people are saying Xerxes will start. I don't think he will. I think it would be Garnacho, Ahmad and Rashford as the front three. Rashford started the striker last season in the first game, and Ten Hag has certainly seen he can do it again this season. Again in a game like this now. Players to look out for as well. Sancho off the bench, Anthony, Xerxes, Mount, Ericsson, all these players that can come off the bench and have an impact. So I think it will be a very, very good game. I think Manchester United have got to be very, very careful though with what happens. I think Fulham can certainly rip us to shreds. They've got some very, very good players themselves. Adama Traore, as I said, Emil Smith-Rowe, Anthony Robertson, players who can cause some big, big impacts. If I was going to go for score predictions, I would go 2-1 Manchester United. I think we will concede, but it's all about how we break down Fulham, take our chances. We want to see the fullbacks get involved. We want to see the defence high line with Martinez and De Ligt get a feel of that. That would be huge. And we also want to see some compatibility. And we just want to see Manchester United go out there. It's excited. It's a new season, new opportunities to be back. And yeah, it'd be absolutely fantastic to see the Reds put on the United shirt again. I think it will be very, very, very nice to see us back in that new kit at home at Old Trafford under the lights, facing Fulham. I'm hoping we can win. I think that's all there for the preview. Let me know your thoughts, score predictions in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.